Good morning! Welcome to week 13 of a beginner trying to learn yoga. I've been doing so by watching YouTube videos from different instructors and performing the flows and then reacting to them and kind of reteaching myself through them. I hope to be a yoga teacher one day. We'll see. Last weekend I got to stay at the ashram where I did so much yoga, and I will say there was a really sad point where I had just done an intermediate 1 hour flow on YouTube, and it was just a bit harder than some of the other intermediate flows that I've done, and I got really hard on myself. I was like, I want to teach one day. I think that's where this is taking me. So to experience something that was so difficult unexpectedly, even though it's intermediate, wounded my ego quite a bit. However, we're here today, and so I've been saying that I wanted to do some more like yin, hip, and lower back stretches, but part of my ego is like, no, we're gonna do another vinyasa and for the next couple weeks, 2 weeks, and we're gonna redeem ourselves. So that's what we're doing today. Maybe it's not the best, but that's what we're gonna do today. It's a 30-minute route to rise by Yoga with Adriene. If you're seeing this, it's a sign to just keep going. You know, you can't self-sabotage your way out of getting better at anything, even if that's getting better at loving yourself. Okay, let's get started. Yeah, this is so real. I don't know, just getting in my own head about the progress I've made and, you know, the issues that I have with my body, systemic, the disability. It's like, you can't compare your journey to anyone else's. And these people on YouTube they're really awesome and I'm sure nice people navigating the world, but they've been posting and practicing for 5 years, 3 years, 7 years. So listening to that makes me sad because it's like, it's just not a fair comparison, step one, and two, it's not about the comparison. It's easier said than done for sure. It's not about the comparison, it's about how you feel while you're doing it. So I guess I felt like I needed a redemption vinyasa flow. Right now, having I guess a couple days from filming, don't feel great about that, but it's the filming, it's the footage that I have, so we'll move forward and we'll do this flow in the upcoming weeks. Just gotta not be so hard on yourself, because I've even been having so much dread, like just thinking about making these videos, and that's, you know, it's just not the point. Right, so this is a Yoga with Adriene, and she has the student really start the practice arriving in a seated position. So now I'm seeing this from like 2 or 3 different instructors on YouTube. This seems to be pretty common, at least in a vinyasa flow, to like get yourself to arrive to practice. Thank you for showing up. Hello, welcome. Starting first with just a backwards bend, I guess. I don't know if there's a formal name for this pose. So it's like starting out with eagle arms, pretty brave. I definitely have carpal tunnel, but I can't do a full eagle arm yet where you wrap your arms and then your arms again, double wrap. Working up to it for sure with that kind of stepwise motion. And like I usually get the pinch, it gets really intense up in my shoulders. Yes, and she was like, all right, so if we're going to be doing downward dogs, if we're going to be using our hands and wrists and arms for strength, make sure that you have this foundation of your hands. Like when you do cat-cow, like the foundation comes from your hands and your bottom half of your legs, really. And it's so easy to get wrapped up in like thinking about breathing or thinking about other things when you're flowing, or your whatever chaos is running through your mind at the time. But like, yeah, I did appreciate the instructor being like, look at your hands, stretch them out, flex them, you know, just take a moment to appreciate them and know that this is where the support will start coming from. So I thought that was cool. Some cat cows, good stuff. Always good to start here. Definitely got that curve in my back. I think it's a shame hump. I think it's from years of being at a lab, like being at pipetting at the lab, and years of sitting at a desk, and now a desk job that I have. So, alright, the first downward dog. Not judging, never taking the first one seriously. Still not like super easy for me to hang out in downward dog for a long time. Oh my god, I have like no vision on the cameras. The camera angle is pretty poor. And I swear I do clean my mat. I just have really callousy, ashy feet. So no matter what I do, it looks like that. Not that anybody's really watching, but yeah, I think it looks nastier than it is. This is like the first mountain pose of the flow. Yeah, it's not easy just to be still and to breathe. It's just not. And then she made a good point of like, when you're standing, still making sure your hips are tucked in and under. Like, I think I forget. I tend to want to like pop my hips and my butt out, but no. The support comes from a curvature and from tightening all those muscles and strengthening them throughout the day. So we've got a plank. Planks are like pretty good for me now. Even the pain in my lower back. Again, I walk 30 minutes to 40 minutes 5 days a week now. That I've been able to do during working hours or whatever. But my lower back pain is pretty good after 6 years of on and off physical therapy and stuff. I still have a long way to go with flexibility, but the pain has been not so bad. So I'm really excited about that. These freaking three-legged dogs, I have like no flexibility still. It's so silly. Low lunge. I call this an easy twist or dragonfly. Oh, we didn't even go into it. Okay. Upward dog, cobra. To plank. Downward dog. Yeah, see, I'm not, there we go. My hands, they just went like that. Making sure your hands are super grounded and they're meeting the mat and giving you support. Distributing the forces and the weights of yourself. Low lunge. Yeah, I can get up in a low lunge now, no problem. That's really cool. Couldn't do that before. It wasn't even, sometimes it was out of strength, sometimes it was just not having the balance either. And balance is definitely something that is like, it could be really good one day and really bad the next day. Everything about yoga is like that. Every day is different. It's your body. Your body is going through things. You're experiencing things. Things will change. Things will feel different. But I've heard from people that practice for a long time that balance is one of the ones that definitely varies drastically day to day. mountain pose. Somewhat of like a sun salutation kind of thing going on. I don't remember. I've only done this flow once. I gotta really arrange the space so I can capture more with the video. It's so silly. Downward dog. Yeah, I feel like getting into a downward dog is not a problem anymore, but hanging out there for a long time and a three-legged dog, I don't know if that's correct or not. I know it's just... Alright, low lunge. I think it might just be the angle, but it doesn't look very, like my legs don't look very parallel to each other. It's this triangle pose. Downward dog. So sleepy right now. Three-legged dog. Into low lunge again. Is that low lunge on the other side? Okay. Holding it up for a long period, which is hard to do. But I'm so proud of my balance, honestly, hanging on. So I think this was supposed to, this goes into Warrior 2. Which, yeah, I just think this angle of the camera is not doing it justice. Yeah, I guess I tried to adjust it really quick, but yeah, it's a little bit better. What is this, Lotus? I think it's called. Yeah, that stuff is hard, but that's like, those are types of poses that I learned in physical therapy for lower back pain. Because you don't ever really twist. It's, you know, in what daily position are you twisting your bend? Are you bending your back in the opposite way instead of curving it forward? You're never really rolling it back. So hinging from the hips, good to remember. Standing upright, make sure that you tuck in your butt and your lower hips. Learning that's important. Just standing there for a minute. Same thing, just, I like the long prep into the pose. It's like refreshing because you're really grounding and you're not freaking out and rushing to get to the next pose. You're really there for the journey of getting into the next pose. You know, if teaching a live class, like, I don't know, would depend on the level, I guess. Yep, the instinct is to always just go dump and curve the back. But no, she says keep the flat back for as long as possible while you're bending down. Hinge from the hips, and then you can finally release it into a forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Stand up, hinge from the hips. Heel toe your legs together, shake it out. All good stuff. It's important to do. Alright, this was just a quick little balancy boy. Again, very proud of my balance. I think I made it through this video without falling or having to put one of my legs back down. Again, I every time I'd go to like a beginner's yoga class, I always thought it was so freaking hard and I couldn't do it. So it really is just about baby steps and finding things that work for you. There is kind of like this Pilates-esque expectation of like what yogis look like, what they act like, and the capabilities of their bodies, but really at the end of the day, your yoga practice is your yoga practice. You can find a ton of different ways to nourish your body without it being in the expectation of getting super toned or fit. It's really, really important to just like meet your body where it's at. And only in those bursts of activity have I been able to progress in this yoga journey, I think. I still struggle so much with like internalized working out equals skinny equals productive equals valuable in today's society. Like I still have that chain, but thankfully the way I treat, like the way I perform exercise is not like that. It is for movement. I just still kind of have these lingering intrusive thoughts from having an eating disorder for 11 years and what society expects of AFAB people. Yeah, balancing is a kind of like a baby version of a, I don't know what those called. It's not a tree pose. Maybe it is a tree pose, but a balancing pose. Made it through, and then this was just like a long time of what it looks like. Just slapping around your hands, loosening up your shoulders, moving your hips around in like a figure 8 kind of vibe. I've seen these kinds of exercises in like lymph drainage, where you're like actively smacking your hips when they land on the side of your body while you swing your arms around, activating lymphs and letting them drain and things like that. It feels good to do this. It's really silly. It was silly. I don't think I've done a flow where this is involved, so it's silly to do on camera. And it's like kind of, I have an embarrassment around it, like letting loose like that in front of people. And so I knew that the camera was messed up, or the camera angle was messed up. So she had the students do a standing closeout, but I did a squatting closeout, and I tried to stay in frame, and also like tried it for the challenge. I think when I do this again in a week or so, 5 days from now, I'll just sit. Yeah, it's however these things feel. Alrighty, week 13, it's done. So yeah, so it's 30-minute root to rise. I don't think I've done a root to rise framed practice before, which was super cool. It definitely helps in those tough poses like lunges or warrior, where you really want to be reminded of the strength in your feet, your ankles, your thighs, all that stuff, which just provides more support for the rest of your body. It was really nice. I'm definitely a little sweaty and I feel good. And it's morning. It's 8 o'clock a.m. on a Saturday morning. Gonna go for a hike, and thanks for being here. I'm not sure where this channel's going or what videos are coming next, but we're here and showing up. Appreciate it. I'll talk soon.